Some people believe that demons exist, or that others create such parasitic and vampiristic energies to harness chi from other people and call them succubi and incubi. At the end of the day, in psychology, anything is possible, and what is in the lower astral realms has largely been created by human consciousness, with universal law teaching us that the healed manifestation of these must also exist. So black magic or evil magic can and does exist, and the way we protect ourselves from it is by simply not being a vibrational match to it. If we completely love and accept ourselves and are worthy of our power, then we will have no desire for an evil entity to drain us of our sexual energy and life force, so it cannot happen. What is important to know is that it is not only our verbal consent that can allow these energies in, but also our subconscious desires. So we must do our shadow work to truly heal these, which might mean staring them in the face for a while before choosing love and forgiveness, taking our power back and setting them free. One other important point to mention is if practicing Kundalini bodywork creates a lot of unspent sexual or creative energy in your lower 3 centers and becomes stuck, then you are more susceptible to foreign energetic beings and entities trying to harvest your energy. This kind of makes sense as you're not using the energy correctly, so it's potentially causing you damage anyway. In moments like these, moments where you cannot seem to open the flow of energy out through your crown and you feel energetically stuck and attacked, consider having an emotional or sexual release, as this will immediately make you less susceptible to any such attacks. Kundalini bodywork is the process that removes, heals, and transforms these energies and entities in a person's body and psyche, creating an ego that acts from non-dual awareness. Evil, in my personal definition, is simply someone with a lot of trauma trying to heal. This does not take away from the fact that evil acts happen in our world, as do stupid acts and accidents. It is humanity's job to rid the world of these evil acts while allowing our darkness and shadow to remain in a healthy way. Trying to define things as black or white magic, good or bad, limits us from understanding the paradox that is creating these energies in order to teach us and help us grow. The more we practice Kundalini bodywork in its entirety, the more we foster a non-dual awareness, and the more aligned we become with our soul and the higher vibrational energies that best fits our DNA and soul purpose. Every quality or aspect of energy, every ascended master, archetype, and representation of divinity will express itself differently through each individual body. We are restricted by the information in our bodies, in our DNA. This is the beauty of separation, the beauty of being human. Separation is the fundamental building block of all creation, and being human is partly about integrating these separations into a greater whole than what came before. We give depth and breadth to consciousness. As we realize more truths about our soul, we realize that being human, being in a body and in separation, means acting from limited awareness. As we cannot be everything that we are at the same time, we cannot contain or express all of the fifth dimensional knowledge that our soul knows. But we can learn to contain and express more than we currently do. Realizing this and learning to work with this information gives us more choice. Free will is our gift, the gift to choose. And if time is not linear and repeats itself, then without having a multi-dimensional way of moving through time, then our free will would be lost. So it is vitally important that we learn how to make our choices from a multidimensional perspective and develop societal structures that support this. But this is not really the point of the course, just my pet hate towards society, governments, and current economic systems. This course is teaching us to focus on the energies and emotions that we wish to embody at different times to start to teach our bodies how to be more multidimensional and multi-orgasmic. Remember, these two things go together really well. This is what the setting intention exercises help us to do. And as in the later exercise, tantric embodiment, we see that we can call in and embody certain aspects to help us evolve, such as grace, compassion, joy, divinity, or certain aspects and deities that we see as the representations of the qualities that we wish to embody. In a sense, this is black magic. Even embodying Jesus Christ would be defined as black magic, as we are not strictly aiming for total union with God and the complete dissolution of our soul into oneness. But for most people, this is not what is meant as black magic. The more we embrace shadow work as a path that allows us to accept human nature, the more we can see our shadow and darkness as a gift. Sublimating our energy in the third eye to feed the higher astral levels of ourselves means we attain more energy. So we could see this as a virtuous circle instead of a vicious one that locks our conscious connections into the lower astral. When life seems like hell, this is generally what we have done. By transforming the subconscious victim-like desires that allows succubi and incubi energy in to the simpler desires to give love and to give of ourselves for the evolution of humanity and of consciousness so that we can become more than we currently are, is generally all that is needed. We simply need to choose to feed our muses, not our demons. And if we do find ourselves feeding our demons, then we need to be sure to transform this energy afterwards, accepting and celebrating ourselves for the shadow work that we have just done. The golden rule is don't receive sessions in Kundalini bodywork from someone who still has large amounts of trauma in their body, as it is possible that they are unwillingly and unknowingly practicing a form of black magic, working with unhealed and negative aspects of energy and the entities that they represent. We nearly all have some trauma left in our bodies, so use your discernment to know who is good for you, your life lessons, and who is not. Very occasionally, welcoming in someone else's trauma is exactly what we need to heal, in the same way homeopathy works. A little bit of poison is sometimes the cure. Kundalini bodywork is a holistic system, and by working on the physical, mental, and emotional levels all at the same time, finding relations between these three different dimensions, 3D, 4D, and 5D, and applying the polarity framework to your life, you can heal and transform your subconscious desires, becoming immune to black magic.